Going on, Mr. Dave here on the rock pile. How you guys doing out there? We're getting this big bad boy done here. That monster Alpine job. We've done some painting, we've done some testing, give me some demos for the client to check out. And we have the seating rock over here. It's almost there. Need to do a little bit of additional blacks flecking, speckles or what have you. Maybe some cream also. Maybe some browns, some highlights, get some color to it. This one over here is doing okay. Could use, again, some more layering. Get that color up there where it needs to be. This stone over here we did already with probably 3 colors or 4 colors ahead of these other twos I just showed you. And I demonstrated the bleeding antiquing effect to the client, and they really liked it. So I think there's another video that shows that. You get it wet, spray it, mist it, and then you let it run, but you keep the drip effect down to a very minimum, just so it fades away. You can see we have the fog coat still in there. That color is underneath, and that will not fade. We're going to increase the bleed effect, the antiquing over here on this side, but all the plastic's got to go bye-bye. I've been working on the overall grotto with layering of paint, different coats. Starting off with the creams and then bringing it down with the black dots, if you will. And when you come up close, you can kind of see the look. Pretty cool. But again, underneath it, you've got that fog coat that lightens it up a little bit. The texture you can see from spraying it on, then brushing and troweling. It's got a nice rocky texture to it, but it's not so bad that it's a cheese grater. And you got to treat it, you got to work it, otherwise it definitely is a cheese grater. So all this is going to get the antiquing, maybe some brown highlights as well. It's a lot of surface area to cover, so we're working it just little by little. And we've got this done again, continuing to layer on the colors. Got some browns we added in there, rust colors and stuff. We want to highlight different boulders, if you will, different stones, and then the faces of those stones. If you can get all of that in there, you're going to end up with a more dynamic, three-dimensional kind of a look. Inside, we go with the lighter color, and we'll walk in there in just a second. Over here on the sunny side, though there's some strong shadows, you can kind of, again, start to see a little bit of what's going on this. We've gotten some darks up on here, but then lighter over here. And again, we want to have that contrast. Fog coat's underneath it. That's the cream that you see over here, these lighter colors. There's also some darker colors, but we've also sprayed on some of this rust brown as well. And that's the switch that regulates, again, how much water goes to the pond over there on the other side and how much goes to the slide. And we'll walk up here. It's starting to look pretty cool, for sure. Gave this little slot a little more brown, which you can only see if I get out of the sun a little bit, I guess. A little more creamy white on that face. These crazy outer walls that are hanging out in space. Trying to get those as well, which is a bit of a challenge. If I aim upside down, I don't know if the camera's gonna flip on me, but yeah, so this could use a little bit more of the black speckles look. Again, toning this down. Want to get the darker hues, which are more appropriate for the rock up in this neck of the woods. And so it's a balancing act. You don't want to go too far, because then it's maybe too black, but you don't want to go too brown, you don't want to go too cream. So it's always a balancing act of trying to hit those marks. This is the pond, upper pond guy, and there's some creams that I put on to try and tighten things up a little bit. If you do get a little bit of a drip, that's okay. You can scratch it a little bit and then come back with some more layerings of color, and that quiets it down so you don't notice it. You can see the brownish rust, and then the creams on top of that, and then underneath all of it you have the fog coat. Well, you probably can't see it with that backlight. Yeah, there you go, fog coat. So this upper area is getting dialed in pretty darn cool. And just going to continue that process. Eventually all the bleeds will come in. We'll have greens, we'll have rust, blacks. This is where the water's going to go, so the water courses are all going to be greened up a little bit down those flat areas where the water's sort of puddling a little bit and then bouncing on down. And so we come over here, you can see some of that, the color that's still there in that little pocket. Hard to see with the lighting. And then you have the lighter cream coat in that center portion. That's again the fog coat that is in there. So we are getting closer and closer to our final step, which is that bleed procedure, if you will. You can see there's brown, brownish, darker brown over there on that guy. I made a rock over so that's going to dam up that wall, or you can move it out and redirect water into that waterfall that goes down into the inside right down there. So let's walk around here so you can see how it moves along. We got our planter pockets in there. Those are going to be varying kinds of faux plants. Got two up here, one in here and here, one over there, one over there. So you've got those scattered around. This side's looking pretty cool. And then on the inside, instead of using black, I try to go to a dark brown for the speckling a little bit. And this is where all our bling is. And the bleeds are going to be strong. We're going to get those going on. And that will just be crazy. More color on the inside of the grotto. That's what I like to do. Lighten it up. Get things a little more strong, since it's another world. The inside of grottos are a whole nother world. And again, this is just the process. We're not all the way there, but we're getting pretty close. Shifts over more to the browns. And I guess this is where they're going to have a big flat screen TV. And so we got some of our bling that'll be hidden under it. More of that stuff that's in there. Try to get some colors that tie in the bottom. It's all underwater. This whole edge is going to be underwater. The pool water level is somewhere in there, I guess. Something like that. So, continuing the process. Over on this section, we have a much lighter color on the roof of what I call the cathedral rock. We went to a white stucco, so that's in a more dramatic effect of the lighting and the color and the painting that goes on. Might even use some acid stains in here, I'm not sure. But the colors I want brighter. Up in this sort of a severe pocket zone, you can see the white of the stucco. And so we're going to be playing around with that, continuing to get the speckling, but I'm using a brown instead of a black. A little bit of black too, but trying to do the brown as well. Got little pads for the brewskis and whatever. So here's our benches and stuff coming around. And then that's the opening little window up there. So that will be pretty cool. Roof here on the inside, or ceiling, I guess. And then as we walk outside, we see the entrance to the cave. That's going to be a waterfall right off that edge there. This whole side has some stepping areas so you can kind of boulder your way on up. The outer side of the pool will actually be 5 feet of dirt to then a stacker block wall, so it won't be the crazy cliff that it is right now. So got a little bit of the bleeding that's just painted in with my sort of an airbrush technique with the pump sprayers. Same thing in these areas. Usually more organic activity. You're gonna have darker colors. Gonna have some green in here. I'm gonna add some more of that. Have a little bit of that now. Here's our table rock, and it continuing to just layered on, layered on, layered on. And so we've got this right here, which is pretty cool. We did some stamping on that, as you may remember. Planter pocket. We've got a place for a umbrella stand, and then hopefully maybe a little more flowering that can be jammed in there. Outside you can still see the fog coat gently and more softer underneath. our colors, but we're toning the whole thing down, bringing it all down little by little. You notice there's more of a brown over there-ish, more of a cream white here, brown right there. So you want differentiation between your colors. Otherwise it's flat, man. We don't want it to be flat, man. So there you have, looking up the water course. Got little handholds you want to throw in there, and then this is the slide trough. I'm going to focus on that at some point and just get some color on it. It's going to get a polyurethane clear coat on there, make it slippery, and since it's not in the sun, it should last for a very, 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 very long time. And then these are the rocks again. All these are going to get the bleeds and cracks, and it'll all be highlighted. Highlighting, the texture will just pop. It will just go crazy. So there you go. It's when the light's contrasty, it's hard to see stuff. But anyways, a little update on this. We are inches away from completion, which is a great place to be. Once we get the base colors on these things dialed in, then we go to the full-on ripping out of the plastic, and the project is ready for the bleeds. After that, we power wash, clean everything up, and then we're good to go. And the job is in the book. So anyways, hope you're having a good time. Remember to go to davehenderson.podia.com to find out how we do this stuff. www.daverhenderson.com for blogs and links to other platforms. So hope you're having a great day. Remember to be forgiving and thankful. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving. When I'm shooting this, is the day before Thanksgiving. Make sure you are full of abundant amounts of gratitude. It's the key to happiness. It really is. It's hard to have gratitude and then complain at the same time. That would be a little bit of opposing forces, if you will. So anyway, hope you guys have a great one. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving. God bless y'all. Be thankful. Find something. Find many things. Find as many things as you can to be thankful for. Yours will be a happy life. And forgiveness, you got to get in there. If you don't forgive folks and forgive yourself, you are sort of in a stuck spot. So wish you all the best. Thanks for checking out my stuff, man. And I wish you all the best. God bless you guys. Hey, and get to know Jesus. He's coming back and he wants to bring you home, but you got to get cleaned up. All right, have a good one. We'll see you next time on the Rock Pile. Mr. Dave checking out. Bye.